The research is called Breaking Down the Barriers, and we actually commissioned this because we were finding that after 5 years of working in the market, we have customers who have been very successful in implementing our software EVISys, as well as others who've struggled because of culture, policy, and practice at their institutions.
One of the key things is that evaluation actually leads somewhere. Good evaluation is all about changing things and improving things, and actually leads to an overall improvement in the educational experience that we give to our students.
For me, the key word is closing the loop. So listening to what the students are saying in terms of their experience, then trying to see, okay, what does it actually mean for teachers and, well, the larger higher education institution. But then if students say something that is working well, bringing that back to the organization. If students are saying, oh, this and this is not going so well, then universities have to act upon that. And I think it's closing the loop. So not only just measuring, but acting upon information, I think, is key.
To me, good evaluation, I suppose, primarily answers a question about the student experience. So we can have all the reports that we want, I suppose, institutional reports, benchmarking, baselines, all these kind of data terms that we throw around in terms of business intelligence and information. But for me, unless the evaluation tells us a little bit about the student experience, helps us to understand that and can be used as a tool to improve the student experience, it's all a bit lost, really.
I think it's engaging and engages students to fill it in the first place, and staff to actually make use of the feedback from students so that there's an impact in improving their experience.
So for me, big data offers lots of opportunities, but there is a skill and there's a lot of thinking that has to go behind how you might apply, how you collect information and what we use it for and what we draw as the conclusions. So as Professor John Taylor would have mentioned in the earlier session, it's an opportunity for us to ask questions of the data rather than draw immediate conclusions from it.
Really, the concept of survey fatigue, a lot of times it's because students aren't actually told what the results are, and they drop out of the process.
If you ask your students to fill in a questionnaire, you have to act upon that data then to actually do something with that data. And if you said, okay, you said X and we've done Y for that, then students will actually see it as an opportunity to provide feedback.
I think it's important that we actually have people in our universities who are professional people who understand that data and can draw out the real meaning of that data. And they actually then highlight this when reporting to committees and senior officers in the university. Senior people in universities haven't got the time to plough their way through huge amounts of data. You've got to have somebody or people who are interpreting it and highlighting key issues.
Every number, say 80% of the students are satisfied, there is always a narrative behind that number, because it means that 20% of your students are not satisfied. So why are they not satisfied? What can you do to help them? It is really trying to unpack what's behind those numbers, and that's, I think, the key message.
I think a problem which some universities still have is one of sort of data ownership. People sort of saying that's my information and you keep away. I think we have to break away from some of that and view it as institutional data, university data, and share it as openly as we possibly can do.
Data can help you to see where your strengths are, but also where there are areas for further improvement.